This is one of the most incredible stories of courage and determination that you will ever hear. A man who was told he would never walk again, not only walked but conquered the highest peak in 5 different continents. His name is Nick Butter, and his story truly is unstoppable. Nick Butter was born with one leg shorter than the other. Despite this, or perhaps because of it, he was an energetic child who loved to play outside and dreamed of seeing the world. However, when he was 13 years old, his leg got infected and doctors had to amputate below the knee. They told him that he would never walk properly again, let alone run or do any kind of sports. But Nick didn't listen to them. He got fitted for a prosthetic leg and taught himself how to walk, run, and even ski. And he did all of this before he turned 16. His dream to see the world only grew bigger, but there was a problem. He couldn't afford to travel, so after graduating from university, he joined the British Army. He served in Afghanistan and was in charge of training soldiers on how to navigate difficult terrain. He also competed in several races across the UK, winning many of them. But in 2010, he decided to take on a new challenge, one that would test his limits like never before. He wanted to climb Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on Earth. It was the first time anyone with a prosthetic limb had attempted to climb Everest, so the whole world was watching. Unfortunately, just 200 meters from the summit, Nick lost his footing and fell. Falling down a mountain at that height is almost always fatal. But somehow he survived, although he suffered serious injuries and had to stay in the hospital for 2 months. This could have been the end of his story, but it wasn't. Determined to succeed, Nick trained harder than ever before. He climbed smaller mountains to get more experience and also worked with engineers to design a better prosthetic leg that would help him on his journey. In 2013, he was ready to try again, and this time he made it to the top. Standing on the roof of the world, he took off his prosthetic leg and planted it at the summit. It was a truly inspiring moment and made headlines around the world. But Nick wasn't done yet. He still had 4 other continents to conquer. Over the next few years, he climbed Kilimanjaro in Africa, the highest mountain in that continent, then Mount Kenya, which was even taller. After that, he headed to South America where he scaled Mount Aconcagua, the highest peak in the southern hemisphere. All of these mountains were extremely dangerous. At some point, Nick was even hit by an ice shard that almost blinded him. But he kept pushing on, refusing to give up no matter what obstacles he faced. Finally, he set his sights on the Australian Alps, specifically Mount Kosciuszko, the highest peak there. The only problem was that it was summer and the snow had melted, turning the climb into a bushwalk. Nick had never done anything like this before, but he was determined to succeed. Unfortunately, just 200 meters from the summit, he twisted his knee and fell. This was a much smaller mountain than the others, but somehow the fall broke his ankle and ended up needing surgery. Despite all the pain and suffering, Nick was still determined to finish what he started. So once he recovered, he headed over to Indonesia to climb Puncak Jaya, also known as Karstens Pyramid, the highest peak in Oceania. It was an extremely difficult climb, but on October 28, 2016, he reached the summit, completing his mission and becoming the first person to conquer the highest peaks on every continent. His story truly is one of a kind, an example to us all that if we set our minds to something, we can achieve it no matter how difficult it may seem. Today, Nick continues to travel the world, inspiring others to be their best selves and showing them that they can achieve anything if they try hard enough. He proves this by doing crazy stunts, such as running marathons on every continent and swimming with sharks. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future uploads.